Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm currently sitting in the white E36 and today this car is going to need to get some work done to it. So if you saw the previous video, then you probably heard that I was saying that I need to raise up the rear end of the car because it's sitting a little bit too low. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
You can see it's sitting very low. You can see the tire has been rubbed and the wheel has scraped against the fender or against the inner quarter panel. That's not very good. And this side actually isn't the worst. The other side's actually even worse. For some reason, this side sits closer to the quarter panel than the other side. And also I think this one sits a little bit lower. I'm not sure, but this one's even worse. This wheel has been rubbing and I can see it. It's kind of sad to see. I'm gonna have to get these refinished or something. What's interesting about this car is that it doesn't require one jack, but it requires two jacks to get picked up off the ground, because once you slide this jack under, this side starts picking up right here and it starts to touch the side skirt, and I'm afraid that it's going to crack or something, and it's too expensive to break like that. So what I usually do is I start by jacking up this side using this thing right here, and that slowly raises the back, and then after that I can just start and pick it up from that jack. So after I pick it up, I like to put this jack back on the ground, jack it all the way up, just for a little extra support, just to be safe. So now we're ready to take off the wheel, so let's get started on that. Yeah, this reminds me that I need new tires. These things are toast. For a turbo car, 225 size plus this setup, that's just asking to fly off the road. So I'm currently unbolting the strut. Alright, so the thing fell down. I always get scared every single time. Alright, but here's our spring. So the spring isn't just gonna come out all on its own. You have to have somebody jump on it. Or you could do what I do usually, just kind of grab the fender and just step on it really hard. I don't know. That's usually how I get it out, but it's easier to just grab a friend. But anyway, after you get it out, this is what you should see if you have the BC coilovers. And you can see mine are pretty low. So I'm probably gonna have to add, I think, maybe ½ an inch to it. So kind of move this assembly from here all the way down there. So the top part should be at the bottom. So this is pretty much what I wanted. I added, I think, about 5 threads to it. So I think that should give me a little more height and it should stop it from rubbing against the quarter. So let's put it on and see what we got. Alright, so now I got the spring in with the adjuster. So now what you gotta do is you gotta pick this thing up, bolt the strut back in, and throw the wheel back on and see where we're sitting. So even after lowering the car, I can still fit my fingers in there, but it's really hard to move them. So I started thinking how much higher I should go. And then I checked this side, and my hand just free flowing over here. So for some reason, this side is still higher. Even though the thread number is exactly the same, this side's still lower. So that means I'm gonna have to pick it up because the springs are still gonna settle and it's still gonna sit a little lower. Plus I need to fit 245s back here. Well, all of that was for nothing, so I guess I gotta restart and do it all over again. So I added 3 more threads. It used to be sitting right here. Now I added 3 more, so 1, 2, 3. And now it's sitting a little lower. So we'll see what this brings us. Really hope this does the trick, because that would be really sad if it didn't. I'm not sure why this side is sitting so much lower. I already thought about the possibility of the strut being blown, but maybe I gotta count these threads and see what I can do with that. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll figure something out. Okay, so not bad. I think this is exactly what the other side is looking like, but what's weird is that this spring is still supposed to settle, so that means it's gonna sit about maybe this much lower. That's weird, but my hand movement is exactly the same in the right side as it is on the left side. Okay, alright, so I think that's perfect fitment. So
I noticed after the last video, I think it's a boost leak. Like the boost kind of hits, then drops off, hits again, drops off. So it's not smooth, it's not consistent. Something's off. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my house and I don't know, try to figure it out. All right, so now that I got the car up to temp, I'm gonna show you what it basically looks like. I also have a little bit of an exhaust leak right by the wastegate. The wastegate, I don't think is sitting exactly flush with the exhaust, so I'm gonna have to check and see what I can tighten and what's causing the leak. You can see it kind of gets in a boost, then it hops out, then it pops right back in. And I don't know if you can see in the video, but on the boost gauge, it doesn't actually reach 9 psi, which is what my wastegate is rated for. So let me see if I can show that to you guys as well. So it kind of hops around. So it's a few hours later, I let the car cool down. Now we're ready to start tearing this thing apart and trying to find that boost leak. So I ended up finding that boost leak. It was in the charge pipe just like I thought. It wasn't a hard reach, it was right underneath the manifold, so nothing too bad. But then I started looking underneath the car and I found out that the wastegate started rattling, so I wanted to check that out for a while because I also heard like an extra sound coming from underneath the car under the passenger side, and for some reason the wastegate came undone. I don't know how that happened, but I guess I'm gonna have to put some Loctite on it because I remember securing it down really nicely, and I've previously already lost another V-band. That's right. Previously lost them already on the road. I don't know why they always come undone, but I don't know, probably gonna need a flex pipe in there. So just got the car started. Already a lot quieter. Yeah, there we go. I used to barely see any smoke at all, but I guess it's good now. Alright, let's go for a little test drive. Alright, so I'm gonna drive around a little bit, let the car warm up. And then we should be able to see whether or not I fixed the issue. So in theory, this gauge should at all times say maximum 9 psi, because right now I have a wastegate in with the 9 psi spring, so that's what I should be getting at most, 9 pounds of boost. So let's see what we get. So I just came back from the test drive, and as you can see it's really dark, so I can't work on the car anymore, but the issue still didn't get resolved. I'm not sure what the problem is because I tightened everything down, all the clamps, went through everything again. Maybe something's blowing off, maybe something's getting blowed off, but I'm not sure. There has to be a leak somewhere because usually a turbo doesn't just spool and spool and spool like every 5 seconds. I mean, like with D-spools. And it only starts in third gear, which is really weird. First and second, everything's fine. And then third gear, as soon as the turbo starts spooling at around 3,500, that's when it starts to kind of do that little boost issue. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm gonna go to the shop tomorrow to find out what I can see, what I can do. Maybe I can take apart more stuff. But I guess it has to get worse until it can get better, because tomorrow's also tuning day, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. But as for now, thanks for watching. Make sure you click that subscribe button, share the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.